What the world? Oh, man!
SHW. This is our wrestling.
Unbelievable.
You think you could walk all over me, but I don't see that happening. We're warriors.
This crowd is going ballistic. We told you anybody could show up here tonight. The Lynch Mob are your first ever SHW Tag Team Champions. You're kidding me. And listen to this crowd. They're loving it. Joe Black is your Rumblejack 2020 winner. Unbelievable. This is insane. You get a moonsault, and you get a moonsault, and you get a moonsault.
And now, the voices of Southern Honor Wrestling, Brandon Benefield and Gerard Bonner.
All right, guys, welcome to another edition of SHW. This is our wrestling podcast. I'm your man, GB, and B-Dub, I'm not sure where he is. Maybe he'll join us at some point. B-Dub, are you there? B-Dub? What are you doing? Okay.
If you're ready for Halloween, give me a show, yeah!
What?
And that's the fishing line, cause Shark Boy said so. What?
Shark. B-Dub, is that you?
Oh, it's Shark Boy. It's my Halloween costume.
Shark Boy. TNA Shark Boy.
Yeah, you know.
Shark.
You know, like the
Shark Boy.
Shark Boy, Stone Cold. Check us out.
Yeah, oh, wow. Well, I'm glad that was empty. I would hate for your equipment to get damaged because of your
Anyway.
pure Aquafina or
Yeah, it's just Dasani, whatever.
Dasani. Yeah, you know.
Close enough. Hey, it's Halloween, you know. I'm excited.
Yeah.
I've got a little got my Halloween costume ready to go.
I see. Are you going to be trick-or-treating, or will you be like, how's this working here?
Yeah, I don't think I would get any candy if I were to go door to door. I think they would call the cops on me. What do you think?
Yeah, these days, look, it's 2020. Anything could happen, right?
Hey, by the way, not to be confused with El Gran Gordo. Yeah, I don't want anybody to confuse me. I don't want you to confuse me there. This is Shark Boy.
Yeah, I think there's a slight difference between the two. I think,
So what did I miss? Did you welcome everybody to the show yet?
Well, I certainly tried to. I was a little distracted by the presence of Shark Boy. I was looking for B-Dub, and then this thing happened here. But I will say this: you are 100% committed, and there's a lot to be said for that. So.
You know what I gotta say? That's the fishing line, because Shark Boy said so. Hey, no, so hopefully you're doing well. And I got to be honest with you, I am excited for Halloween. Halloween's not until tomorrow. I don't think I can do the whole show with this thing on, so I'm gonna. I'm gonna lose the mask. Give me one sec.
Okay.
Tell everybody what we got coming up here on the show this week.
Well, first of all, I hope you guys are doing well, and of course, Halloween is tomorrow. So, however you're gonna celebrate, I hope you celebrate safely. B-Dub. Oh my gosh, I hope you celebrate safely. Social distance, or do whatever it is that you're gonna do for the holiday. But it should be a fun day, whatever it is that you're gonna do on Saturday. Halloween. What in the world? Now, you know what? I suppose it would have only been right for me to show up as Curry Man, maybe.
No, there you go. That would have been great.
The TNA reference is here, folks. Unbelievable.
By the way, did you see my?
You're fully committed, dude. You are fully committed. So interestingly enough, if you see my shirt,
Oh, what a rush!
what a rush. There's an interesting tie to that in Halloween. As a kid, I actually dressed up, my brother and I dressed up as Hawk and Animal with the face paint and all that jazz. And we did our little
Nice.
trick-or-treating bit, which was kind of fun. And then, we didn't do too many other years after just because they started doing silly things like slipping razor blades and candy and whatnot. And so we were like, nah, we're cool. We're good. But yeah, LOD was my most memorable costume growing up for Halloween. So there you go.
Did you happen to catch Tommy Dreamer this past weekend or last weekend at Bound for Glory was sporting the Hawk tribute? Or no, the animal tribute.
All of these Impact references, of course, Bound for Glory, one of the big pay-per-views that happened this weekend. You had Hell in a Cell as well. But we have to shout out one of our former guests and our really good friend, the Pope, Elijah Burke, new NWA TV champion. He won that title last week. It was a big, big moment for him, defeating Zicky Dice, and he's a champ. And quite frankly, I couldn't be happier. I think nobody's more deserving to be the NWA TV champion than him. So shout out. He was just with us just a couple of weeks ago. So this is pretty exciting to see him going on to win the NWA TV championship.
Yeah, that was awesome. Congrats to the Pope. And we got a big show lined up for you here tonight. And So I missed a little bit. Did you tell anybody who our guest is yet?
No, I haven't, but I can if you'd like.
Well, go ahead and set it up for us. Yeah.
Well, certainly you guys have remembered over the past few months, we've been threatened. Just to say it that way. I mean, we've been threatened just a wee bit, by Logan Chase and his entire stable known as the Honor Society. And so, of course, he interrupted our live pre-show back at Rumble Jack. And so we then subsequently had him on as a guest. And so now we've got another member of the Honor Society on with us as a guest who will be a part of SHW 21. He was also a big part of our last big show as well. The 2-year anniversary still here too. And so he's going to be joining us today. One half of the tag team, Not Yet Rated, who apparently is going to have a lot to say. I just know in our attempts to get him on, he was a little more than anxious. So this ought to be a very, very interesting conversation. So let's get ready for our conversation with Air Kingsley, as they call him. It's Jordan Kingsley.
All right, everybody, we finally got this guy on the horn. And, of course, his manager, the manager for Honor Society, we're talking about Logan Chase, has been on our case constantly for not having this gentleman on the show yet. And so, of course, we had to get Air Kingsley himself, Jordan Kingsley, on the show. My man, how are you?
I feel really good. I feel really good the fact that you guys are giving us a chance to actually speak. So, I'm really happy about this.
All right.
Go ahead.
Well, well, here's the thing. So we of course, we saw what happened at last month's show where you had Hold My Beer Hansen was the special guest referee in your match. And at the commentary booth, we try to remain, unbiased. And we can admit when we saw your foot was on the rope, apparently Hansen didn't see it. And
that's exactly the problem with having a special guest referee such as Hansen. I mean, he was clearly out of his right state of mind. Am I right? A couple too many to drink. And, I completely put that on Southern Honor and Gary Lamb. Okay? If they put me in an unsafe working predicament. And, I don't think I can actually go back and feel comfortable working with such a promotion that would put me in such a dangerous situation.
Oh. Well, so
I feel very strongly on this. I'm pissed off.
So help me understand, because I will say in watching that particular match, I felt like I was surprised that Hansen had done a decent job as a referee up until the end, missing kind of an obvious spot there with your foot on the rope. But explain to me, because you're going to get a shot at him at the next event. How does this place you in an unsafe working environment?
You see, if I have a referee that is inebriated and he's also a worker, I'm not allowed to hit the ref, but he can do whatever he wants to me. And in that state of mind, I can't just worry about Chip Day. I have to think about Hansen as well. Okay, I'm always looking over my shoulder. When you're the best in the business, everybody's looking at you. You know exactly how it is.
Okay, well, I can see that, but you also had Logan Chase outside. Wasn't he watching
your back?
What is
he going to do? What is Logan Chase going to do? We play everything by the book.
Well, that's right, GB. You got to remember, if you were to ask Logan Chase, he doesn't ever interfere. He doesn't ever get involved. So,
got you.
but
He does whatever is necessary. Nothing
there you
more,
go.
nothing less.
Okay.
There you go. Well, Jordan, I want to ask you. You talked about if Hansen was a referee. Well, coming up on November 13th at SHW 21, he's not a referee this time. You're actually in the ring facing off one-on-one. What do you got in store for Hold My Beer Hansen?
You know, I'm excited for this match. You know, I'm ecstatic. When I heard the news that I finally get to get my hands on that bare-bellied gut idiot, it made me full of joy. I couldn't tell you how happy I was. All right? Do you know what I'm going to do to him? November the 13th? You know what I'm going to do to him? I'm going to dismantle him. I'm going to show everybody exactly what the Nightwalker is. That will be a true statement of the Nightwalker.
Okay. Hey, listen, I'll tell you this. Hold My Beer Hansen has had a lot of fanfare for whatever reason in SHW. And I say for whatever reason because I'm not his biggest fan. I will admit to that. But this will be his first match in SHW, his first official singles match. I'm glad there's some social distancing when I ask this question, but what happens if Hold My Beer Hansen somehow defeats Jordan Kingsley?
Well, I don't know how to answer such an idiotic question. If you really think I'm gonna lose to some drunken misfit, then you lost your right state of mind. I mean, truly, do you think the prodigy, Nightwalker, Kingsley, is going to lose to Hold My Beer Hansen?
Well, on paper, I don't think that's possible. I mean, you're clearly the better athlete. You've been in SHW much longer. I mean, you have certainly been much
I
closer.
know exactly how this game is played. Okay? He should be looking at me like a grizzled vet.
Okay.
Not some boy who's going to be jumping off the ropes like a high-flying jumping beam, okay? Don't take me as a joke.
Oh, no, definitely not a joke. But the thing I'm concerned about for you is that it only takes 3 seconds to lose a match, right? 3 seconds of being distracted, 3 seconds of being off your game. And before you know it, Hold My Beer Hansen has a win. So how do you avoid that happening since you couldn't avoid him counting your shoulders to the mat in the last match?
Sorry, I couldn't hear you. You cut out. Let me hear
Well,
that
I
one more
was saying, how can you be sure that you won't be distracted for 3 seconds when it was only 3 seconds that allowed you to be counted out by his hands at the last match?
time. You see, you said something very, very important right there. You said his hands. I will not have him as the official. I will have an actual referee in this match who has been certified for this show, okay?
Okay.
Okay, I'm not going to have some backyarder, beer belly gut misfit, all right?
Okay.
Well, here, let me just jump in here because what you don't know and what we're going to break the news right now is that we actually have a guest referee for the. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just making that up. No, but you're exactly
Don't get
right.
hit, man. Don't get hit.
It's a social distancing, man. We got a distance here. We're good. But no, you're right. You're exactly right. We're gonna have a true official, and I'm excited. I'm excited to see like a legit one-on-one match with you and Hansen because, for one thing, like GB said, it's his first official singles match. You've been in SHW since day one. I mean, you were in the very first show against AC Mack. You won that, and then you were in the 5-way match for the SHW title later that night. Then
5-way match.
Then you were up for the tag team titles in that cage match. So I mean, you are very experienced. You've been in SHW a long time. You've got you got a point to prove against Hansen here, and you know Hansen's here coming in for his very first singles match, trying to make a name off of you.
You know, I just don't like the way he's trying to come in. You know, he's trying to come in and try to pick off somebody that really knows how to play the game and somebody who's frustrated. And I don't think that's a really good fight to pick. You know, you don't want to pick somebody who's been misrepresented, who's frustrated with a promotion that he once loved. You know, I used to walk into that building every single night and give it everything I had. And for people who wouldn't care about it, you know, and I'm sick of it. So Hansen's decision to come in and try to make a name off of Kingsley, that's his mistake number one of Southern Honor. And I'll make sure he sees that.
So you talked about being frustrated with the company, and I guess it kind of coincides with you joining forces with the Honor Society and joining up with Logan Chase. Can you kind of talk about how that came about? Like, how did that happen? And what exactly is it that's made you so frustrated with the company?
You know, Logan Chase has really helped me see that just because you're, doing all these flips off the ropes and that they're cheering for you, they're not cheering for you. They're just passing the time. They're cheering. They're like, oh, great, we saw that, but there's no meaning behind it. Logan Chase said, somewhere along the way, you lost your drive to be the very best, and you started selling out for the people. And in this industry, you can either have the people thank you for one night and make no money, or you can be the bad guy and make millions. So the way I see it is, I'm making the right decision for me. I'm doing what I have to do to pay the bills, because making the people happy just wasn't getting it by. And I hate to sound like this, but it's the ugly truth.
So I'm curious about something because 2020 started off with you and Kevin Ryan, not yet rated, really almost becoming the SHW inaugural tag team champions. Of course, we had the pandemic happen. Since we've returned, we've not seen you guys together as a tag team. And on SHW 21, you both will be in singles matches. Are you looking to pursue a singles career in SHW? What's happening there?
I'd like to not comment on that right now.
Oh, okay. Well, let me also ask you this, because, and I've said this before publicly, that I felt like it was unfair that Not Yet Rated has yet to get a rematch for the SHW Tag Team Championships. We have seen multiple teams get opportunities like Lethal Poison, the Rock and Roll Express. We've got the Beautiful Bald Besties coming this month. Is there any aspiration for this tag team to get another shot at the SHW tag titles?
That all coincides with our risk representation. We haven't been represented right. How are you going to have the hottest team and not yet rated? And then you just kick us to the curb. This is the best point you've brought up all night. We need a rematch.
Okay.
But why we don't get it, I don't know why.
Well, great. And I'm not speaking for the bookers of the company because that's not our role. But I will say, I mean, you had 4 matches almost in a row with Matt and Joey Lynch. So and they came out on top and won the titles. So I don't know.
Oh, well.
I mean, I'm trying to
Unfair situation. Unfair situation.
Well, how so? How do you think it was unfair?
Well, it wasn't the stipulation that we wanted. Going into it, we thought it would be a little bit differently.
Okay.
Well, I want to ask you this because I don't want to stir the pot, but, if my name were Logan Chase, I would have been lobbying for you guys to get a tag team title shot. I mean, you raise a very interesting point. It was supposed to be a best of 3 series. It turned into having an extra match because of an injury. No one knew it was going to be a cage match in the final match. And then again, who else gets in normal circumstances, if someone loses a title, they become the #1 contender and they get a rematch. In your case, there was never a champion. So you guys should have been the #1 contender. My question to you is, why hasn't Logan Chase raised this point? Why hasn't Logan Chase defended you guys to get you a title shot? He got you a match at the last show, but why wasn't that match for the tag titles?
That's all he's been lobbying. Logan Chase has been trying to do everything he can for me, Kevin Ryan, and Cam Carter. But you see exactly how it is. Gary Lamb pushes us right to the back.
I got to be honest, GB, and you and I don't see a lot of what happens behind the scenes. And so Jordan's exactly right. I'm sure there's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes that we don't know about, that we probably never will know about.
Wow.
So that's a good
It's an unfortunate thing. It really is, because, we love this promotion. We really do, with all our hearts. We want to see Southern Honor be the best show in Georgia. But I can't just sit by and be put aside like I'm a worthless piece of trash when I'm the best wrestler at that company. I'll stay it and I'll stand by it. I am the best wrestler there.
So I'm really not trying to stir the pot, but you've said some very interesting things here on this episode, and I'm curious because obviously you're very frustrated, and based on what you're saying, I mean, you've got reason to be. If you've not gotten a tag title shot, if your manager has been lobbying, and instead of getting a tag shot, you get a singles match with a guest referee who's not really a referee. What are you going to do outside of this match on the 13th? I mean, it seems to me like there might be something brewing, perhaps. I don't know.
I'm not even sure if there was actually a direct question in there. I think that was entirely stirring the pot.
Well, no, it's not. It is. I'm just curious because you've said that you're unhappy with the promotion. You said that you have not been given any sort of justice. Your manager has lobbied for you. And so, I mean, we're in a time where when people have unrest, it's not just stating their unrest. There's usually some sort of action that follows behind it. I'm just wondering, like, are we on the precipice of something very interesting from not yet rated from the Honor Society? I mean, what could we be seeing here?
Well, if you're wondering if we're planning on doing something that is, out of an ordinary character, let me put that to bed, okay? Like I said earlier, we do everything by the books, okay? We're unhappy, we'll voice it. They'll finally listen. That's all they have to do.
And if they don't?
And if they don't, we'll continue to lobby for it. I'm a man of peace, really.
Okay.
That's interesting because I don't picture Logan Chase as being a man of peace.
You sit down with him for a couple minutes, and you really get to understand the guy. I bet he'll change his opinion right there.
Oh, all right. Well,
Interesting.
I'll take your word for it, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't see it. He's actually joined me on commentary a couple times, and it's never been peaceful. We just put it that way.
Wonderful guy.
Wow. So, okay. So this is interesting. And again, not stirring the pot, just kind of watching.
The GB, you've said that numerous times.
I know, but
that's all you're
because
doing.
it might seem that way, but I'm really not. I mean, I just find it
right.
so interesting. Again, your partner, finally here together on a show, but you didn't want to comment on whether or not you guys as a tag team will be doing anything. Is everything okay with you?
Of course,
and Kevin
everything's
Ryan?
okay. I just can't give away everything. I got to keep some stuff, in the bag.
Strategy. That's smart, GB.
Okay.
Smart.
Okay. That's fair.
I'm just.
That means that there is a plan. That's what I'm saying.
I don't look like a planless man, do I?
Not at all. That's I think, and I don't know that I want you to give your strategy away, but sounding as unhappy as you are, I just cannot imagine a person like you who felt like, okay, there's a move we need to make to get the tag titles. Let's go with Logan Chase. I mean, and you guys switched up your style. You guys really became a dangerous force in SHW. For you to be unhappy, I just don't see you as the guy who sits idly by and allows these things to just happen. So I sense a plan. I don't know what it is, but.
Well, you're right. We did become a dangerous force, and that was really important.
Mm-hmm.
And whatever we have next is just going to be the next step in our evolution.
Okay.
Well, there you go.
I'm almost nervous.
Well, I'm just wondering, if you win at SHW 21, and who knows, say you go on a hot streak and you win your next couple of matches, which, I mean, why wouldn't you? Obviously.
Obviously.
I mean, I would think you would have your sights set on either Joe Black or it could be Gunnar Miller after SHW 21, but with the SHW title, right? I mean, we've said this before on commentary. If you're not in the business, if you're not in SHW to be the top guy, then what are you doing here? So I would imagine that would be the end goal, right?
After Hanson, I'll definitely be looking for, if we cannot get a tag team rematch, then I'll definitely be looking for the the winner will obviously be Joe Black. Let's be honest. It's going to be Joe Black, right?
Oh, okay. All right.
I don't see anybody but me stopping Joe Black.
Wow.
Oh.
Well, that kind of gets to my next question. I was going to ask you, if you do get to a point where you get a title shot, would you have a preference on who you would be facing?
Oh, yeah, Joe Black all day.
Wow.
That would be a very interesting match.
Very interesting. I think you guys would be very Very impressed with that match.
I think so.
Exposed a lot of holes in his game.
Mm.
A lot.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Huh. Okay. We're talking about two pretty different styles there. So
Yeah.
obviously you've kept an eye on him throughout his time here in SHW, maybe other places as well. But so you think you've got an idea? You've exposed some of the holes, you say, huh?
A little bit of holes in his game. He's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, he's obviously the best currently. He's the champ.
Yeah, he's a walking chalk right now.
Wow.
So okay, you said this twice. You said that you're the best wrestler in this promotion. You said that you're the only one who can defeat Joe Black, which means obviously Gunnar Miller will not, in your opinion. You will be the man to do that. Gunnar Miller won't. We saw that Corey Hollis couldn't. Does that mean Kevin Ryan can't?
Honestly, that comes down to Kevin. I can't come up with my man's plan. That's him.
Okay.
Just curious, have you guys? I don't think so in SHW, but have you ever faced off with Kevin Ryan?
I have. I faced off. We've had 2 matches.
Okay. Yeah. So I mean, but you're not at liberty to say like if he's better than you or you're better than him, or what's the deal?
Well, I think he already said who's better.
Better than Kevin. I'm better than Kevin.
Okay, all right. I just wanted to.
There it is.
Kind of wanted to hear it straight up just to see if you could say it.
But Kevin is crazier than me.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? This is a good yin and yang partnership.
Got you.
Because you both do some high flying stuff, but you're right. I think he takes the crazier risks from time to time.
Yeah, you're telling me.
Well, and I would say this. I think you guys work very well together as a tag team. And again, the matches that you guys had with the Lynch Mob were certainly epic tag team matches, and I hope perhaps that we get to see it again in 2020. But I got to ask this too: will we see Not Yet Rated in an SHW ring in 2020?
I sure hope we can close it out with a good Not Yet Rated match.
Okay.
In 2020, hopefully.
Yeah. That would be nice to see. That'd be very nice to see. Wow.
So, yeah, it's very interesting. Now, I just want to put this out there, and you can answer some of these if you want, but a lot of times when we have guests on the show, we talk a little bit about your background, about your history, about getting into the sport, some of your influences, stuff like that. I mean, are you willing to talk to us about some of your background, or?
Yeah, of course.
So I'm just curious, like coming up as a kid when you were just starting to watch wrestling, like what were you into? Who were some of your favorites? Who were some of the people that you saw and said, you know what, I want to try and do that myself. I think I could be a pro wrestler.
So my first match was Batista and Chris Jericho. And It was a steel cage match on Monday Night Raw. And it was the absolute best match I had ever seen. And I didn't watch the episode, I just saw that match. Wow. And ever since I saw that, I was like, wow. Whoever that blonde-headed guy is the absolute best. It was heel Jericho in 2008, and he was just doing his best. Or maybe 2009. I can't remember. And it was just the best work. The best. And I was hooked ever since.
Wow.
So Chris Jericho takes the spot as my favorite.
Okay.
I like that. And who has influenced your style? I mean, I can imagine seeing some of Jericho in your style, but who's kind of really influenced your style in the ring?
I get a lot of Rick Swann and Kofi Kingston, but they have been in the very back of my mind. Okay. I don't think I try to do anything like them. I just happen to do a lot of things they do.
Okay.
I guess Shawn Michaels and Kenny Omega. They kind of mix the two. And I guess, Will Ospreay, you see him.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, yeah, I'm doing that. I'm doing that.
Yeah. I like that. It makes sense. It's kind of a super. I look at Ospreay as like him and Ricochet. Of course, their match was crazy. And you think of them kind of as like walking superheroes. So I could definitely see that. And certainly in SHW, I think you and the Honor Society are making a case to be superheroes fighting for justice for you guys, which I don't know that we've seen yet. So
yeah, we're fighting for our voice. That's really all we can do.
All right. Well,
I'm sorry. What is it going to take for your voice to be heard? I mean, Logan Chase actually went so far as to entering the Rumble Jack with you guys, which I thought was a gutsy move. What are you guys going to have to do for your voices to be heard here in SHW?
You know, I think the problem is we're still trying to figure that out. You know, we don't have the answers, or else we'd be represented.
Okay. I'm suddenly very nervous for Friday the 13th. I am very nervous.
Oh, you shouldn't be. You shouldn't be. Nothing's gonna go afraid. Nothing's gonna be bumping the night. You know.
Well, so the thing is, you got to realize with GB already got involved.
Well, I don't think I'm going to be involved.
Not necessarily with you guys, but with I don't know if you saw the interview with GB and David Ali before the last show. He caught in the crossfires there, and anyways, we just don't want something like that to happen again. So
no,
I want you to stop stirring the pot.
Well, no, it's not even me stirring the pot as much as it is. I just get this. I don't know. I just get this feeling like when we come out of SHW 21, I think going in, I don't know that people are expecting to come out talking about the Honor Society, but that could be a thing. Like that could really be a thing.
I mean, everybody should always be thinking about the Honor Society. Like you said yourself, we're becoming a very dangerous group.
Mm-hmm. And it's as I've been told, it's the quiet ones you have to look out for. And you guys have been kind of quiet coming back from the pandemic, which means something's up. I can't put my hand on it, but
we're still trying to figure out that strategy, you know.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Got it.
Well, something I was curious too. We were talking about some of your favorites and some of the guys that kind of influence you. And we've asked some other guys this too, but I'm just curious, and you can name guys in SHW, guys on the independent circuit, or just dream matches of guys that are in the WWE, AEW. Who is somebody that you would just love to face? Who would be a dream match for Jordan Kingsley?
All right, I'll get the mark ones out fast. I want to face Kenny Omega, Will Ospreay, Minoru Suzuki.
Wow.
And I think Nick Aldis and me would have a good one.
Wow. Okay.
But for the people that I actually know, and I know their talent, and I feel like they could push me to my next level. As much as I hate to say it, I want to see who's better at this point, me or Kevin. It's been a while, and I feel like I don't know. He's given it all he's got, body, mind, and soul. Am I right?
Well, I mean, and even since SHW's very first show, I mean, it's been 2 years, and we've watched both of you guys come such a long way since that first show. I mean, you guys have just gotten better and better and better.
Yeah, for real. I also want to face Bryce Cannon.
Okay.
I want to face Zach Mosley. I want to face Landon Hale. I really want to face Ashton Starr. Or Adam to Not Yet Rated. I don't know which one yet.
Interesting.
So you got a nice little list going there.
I haven't seen Sunny Days in a while, so I wouldn't mind dimming his lights.
Wow. Are you sure you want to do that?
I'm pretty sure Kevin had the last crack at him, and Kevin did a pretty good job, I guess.
Even Kevin ended up through I'm thinking back to December of 18.
Yeah, but think about this. Kevin got him to go through 2 tables.
It's true. Kevin won the match. But man, he took a beating to get to that point. But you're right.
Wow.
Huh. All right.
I think I can have fun with that.
I think
so.
So
A tables match specifically, or just a regular match?
So if I could pick my 2 stipulation matches, I would choose a ladder match with Zach Mosley.
Okay.
Because that dude is just reckless.
Wow.
And I want to have a submission match with Landon Hale.
Wow. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, so you talk about stipulation matches. What are some of the craziest ones you've been involved with in your career?
I've done hardcore match. Well, I've had 1 hardcore match.
Because you've been in the cage before, right?
Yeah, I've been in the
cage.
Well,
obviously the tag team match, I know that, but before that, prior to that, I think you had a cage match.
I've had 2 steel cages, but I hate steel cages. I hate them.
Understandable.
They're always trying to throw me into them, and I don't like it.
I get it. I wouldn't want to either. I totally get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was awful.
Yikes.
All right.
just wake up in pain. That doesn't
Yeah.
sound like fun.
I could imagine. Oh my gosh! Wow, interesting stuff. That you said a lot of interesting guys, but the Minoru Suzuki one, I'm like, ooh,
It'd be brutal.
very brutal.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
think?
Yeah. I don't think I'd come out on top, but I think I'd have fun.
Oh, okay.
It'd be worth seeing.
A glutton for punishment? Is that what you're saying?
I think it's just a test. You know, you just see somebody like Minoru and just the way how he walks and like the menacing presence. It's like, it's chilling.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
totally agree. Wow. Well, we've certainly learned a lot here. Anything you'd like to say to the fans who are listening, or to perhaps the SHW officials who are listening as we're going into SHW 21?
Just that, you know, we feel like we're not represented, you know. Honor Society wants to be a part of Southern Honor history. We want to build this place up. We want to make it the best place in Georgia. And that's really all we're fighting for, you know. And if we have to take things into our own hands, then we will. But we're not looking for it, you know. We just want to be the best we can be for you guys, in all honesty.
All right. Well, there you
Sounds
go.
fair
There,
enough. Yeah.
there he is, Eric Kingsley. Well, good luck coming up on November 13th, SHW 21. Good luck in your match against Hold My Beer Hansen, and we look forward to seeing you there. And hopefully all the best to you in the future, and we'll see you real soon, buddy.
Thank you. Also, make sure you follow me at JK Nightwalker 98 on Instagram and JK Kingsley on Facebook.
Awesome. And do you have any merch anywhere by chance?
Merch is also sold at the event, so just come look at me whenever I'm around. Southern Honor, AIWF, Live Wire Wrestling. Come check me out.
Awesome.
All right. Thanks a lot, man. We'll see you real soon.
All right, guys. That was Jordan Kingsley, and that was quite the interview. Like we learned a lot.
Well, we did, and here's what I get a little worried about. Ever since you took a shot to the coffee beans, is that what we called it last week?
The coffee beans.
Right.
Shout out to Lindsay Snow.
Yeah. Ever since that happened, I just get worried. I know you said you weren't trying to stir the pot, but anytime it feels like you might be stirring the pot or ruffling the feathers, I get nervous for you.
Well,
because that's the thing. When we see these guys on November 13th, I mean, you saw that, what was this? Before the Rumble Jack, I believe it was, Logan and Jordan actually interrupted us on the pre-show live.
They did.
And luckily, nobody got physical there. But you just never know with these guys. Some of them might have a few screws loose. I'm just saying, you just got to be careful with what you say.
In the pro wrestling business, it's not unlike anyone to hold a grudge. So far be it from them. And I guess I don't mean to, but David Ali isn't exactly a fan of mine. Ashton Starr isn't exactly a fan of mine anymore. I don't know, but I just call it like I see it. I mean, that's what I'm going to do. And to me, it certainly seems like something is going on in the Honor Society. Something is going on between the Honor Society and SHW. I see it. It's our job as broadcast journalists to see it and say something about it. Now, what they do, their problem's not with me. I'm not the one holding them back. You know, I mean, I'm the one saying that they should have a title shot. And, you know, for him to say that Logan pushed for that and what they got were singles matches, well, then I can't blame Logan or anybody else. That's obviously a battle that's above our pay grade. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. But I mean, the feeling that I got from what he had to say, you can't be this unhappy. You can't be this mad with management and just decide you're going to be peaceful. It just doesn't happen that way. History hasn't proven that. So, you know, again, if that were the case, they wouldn't be with Logan Chase in the first place. I mean, you know, they felt like that's what they needed to do to really kind of move to the next level in the tag team division. Almost won them the tag team titles. So something's up. I don't know what it is, but I guess we all have to watch on November the 13th to find out.
You know, I'm telling you, that's why GB is here. GB is here to ask the hard-hitting questions.
That's what I do.
Because I'm too afraid to, because I don't want any trouble.
No,
I'm just sitting behind the booth trying to call the match. Just leave me be.
Fair enough.
By the way, I meant to say something. I didn't want to say it during the interview because you were already getting Jordan riled up enough as it was. So I didn't want to say this, but at some point you said something along the lines of, if I were Logan Chase, something. My thought was, if you were Logan Chase, you'd be wearing a jacket that looks like my grandmother's couch.
Sporting a cane that I don't need.
Yeah, which you're not Logan Chase, so this is why you don't have that jacket. You don't have that cane. And I just don't know if you could pull it off quite like Logan Chase does.
Yeah, I don't know. I want Logan to just be Logan, and he can be Logan, and I'm okay with that. But it is amazing to hear, though, the way he is indeed lobbying for them. And at some point we're gonna have to hear from Gary and Dylan, because even Logan at the top of Still Here Too talked about how SHW was holding him back. They had issues with Gary and Dylan, so it's not far-fetched. I don't know. This is going to be so very interesting. See, I'm looking forward to November the 13th. It's going to be a great night.
That's right. And like you said, we're going to have to find out together, and it will be November 13th, SHW 21. Tickets will be on sale starting at 5 p.m. at the door. Doors will open at 7 p.m. Bell time at 8 p.m. And your boys right here on SHW, This Is Our Wrestling, the official SHW podcast. We will be going live on Facebook for the SHW 21 pre-show from 7 to 7:30, right there leading up to the show at SHW 21. So we are excited to go live. And like we said earlier, we've been interrupted before on the show, so you never know what's going to happen. You never know who's going to show up. Not only at SHW 21, but on the live pre-show. And you can find out by watching us live right here on Facebook.
I would dare say it's the most unpredictable pre-show in all of pro wrestling, bar none. So be on the lookout for that. And we found out, of course, this week, as we alluded to during the interview, that Chip Day will be taking on the other half of Not Yet Rated, that being, of course, Kevin Ryan. Of course, we saw last month Jordan Kingsley battle Chip Day, and it didn't end the way that he thought it would, but there's a lot of credit that could be given to Hold My Beer Hansen, which is why while Jordan Kingsley will be battling Hold My Beer Hansen at SHW 21. But it will be interesting. It's our first time seeing Kevin Ryan back in an SHW ring after the pandemic. So I don't know. The two of them in singles matches, we haven't seen that in a long time on the same card. What's going to happen? Can Kevin Ryan do what Jordan Kingsley could not do against Chip Day? And that's get a big win. We'll find out at SHW 21.
Those are just a couple of the big matches for November 13th. Yeah, we got a great card lined up for you. And actually, next week, right here on the podcast, we are going to be doing a prediction show. We did this sort of before the Rumble Jack when we had the lovely Diana Michelle, our beautiful ring announcer, joined us. And actually, for next week, we're going to have Diana Michelle back on with us, and our backstage correspondent, Susie Quinn, who has been involved in some issues with Ashton Starr as of late over the last couple of months. Both of them will be joining us next week, and we'll be kind of running down the card for you, kind of giving our picks on who we might think will win each match and all that good stuff. So be sure to join us next week. But yeah, until then, this has been SHW.
This is Our Wrestling.